Hey guys, welcome back. The topic for this video is being realistic when it comes to using Linux. And what I mean by that is the fact that Linux lags behind in certain areas when it comes to the desktop in comparison to other operating systems. And especially when it comes to the main ones that I can think of are photo editing, video editing, and gaming. So when it comes to using professional tools and even gaming, the fact of the matter is that Linux has definitely progressed a lot, and it definitely has some really good programs and tools available for it. But the problem is that it's still, at least when it compares to Windows, it lags behind. And that's the thing, is that there are some Linux users that they love to praise Linux in every way possible, and they just fail to acknowledge the fact that Linux has some flaws or certain areas where it lags behind. And I think that instead of pretending that Linux doesn't have flaws and just saying that it's the best operating system, that it's better than all other operating systems without giving a valid reasoning, I think that it's really good to actually be realistic when it comes to that. I mean, sure, there are alternatives to certain programs, like, for example, with Photoshop, there's GIMP, or with video editing, there's Kdenlive, and there's also even DaVinci Resolve. But the problem is that, and also with gaming, now there's Proton, but it's still just not on the same level as it is with Windows. And I know that for certain users, those things really matter. And if they just don't exist, then they wouldn't want to use Linux. But for the sake of arguments and whatnot, when it comes to people arguing which operating systems are better, I like to view things from an unbiased perspective. And that was kind of a problem with me when I initially tried to use Linux. Was I was wondering whether I could do what I needed to do on my computer, because at the end of the day, computers are basically tools and you need to get the job done. And if a certain operating system doesn't fit your needs and can't get that job done, well, then that's kind of a problem, right? But thankfully, based off of what I do on my computer, Linux fits all of my needs. But that's not the case for everyone. And I think that Linux users should acknowledge that. They should acknowledge that certain users who use other operating systems, maybe they want to use Linux, but they just can't get to use it because it doesn't fit their needs. So I think that that's the biggest problem. But yeah, that was basically just a short little rant, just talking about this topic and just kind of expressing my opinion about that. So let me know what you think in the comments about this topic. And yeah, that was basically it. Thanks for watching.